Welcome back, everybody, to the Cajun 6 Dynasty. Got bowl game action here for you guys today. We got ULM against Toledo kicking us off in the Lending Tree Bowl. So let's get a W here for our Warhawks and be good for our program to get another bowl victory. Heading into season number 5, get those recruits, those top recruits that are interested in us, and I'll have more of a recruiting update here in the off-season video. So guys, Tio Gardner picks up a big first down, 1st and 10 here for Giroux and the offense. He's going to drop back and unfortunately take a sack here. Too much pressure on the right side. Giroux goes down. Man threw for 44 touchdowns at 4,100 yards. Question being, that's on everybody's mind, is he going to go pro? Now, I believe because he's playing in this bowl game, he's made his decision that he's coming back for his senior season. So, Giroux has been a fairly good quarterback for the last 3 seasons. Freshman year, he was coming onto the scene. Sophomore year, junior year now, this year, he's been pretty darn good. So, it's interesting that he wants to come back as a senior quarterback when he very easily could go to the NFL, to the Saints franchise. So, interesting decision here, but 7-7 game. Polanco made a nice move after a nice pass from Ferdinand Giroux. 4th down and inches. Billy Thompson will pick this thing up. So we've now faced 4th down twice in back-to-back drives, but we'll convert on both of those. Todd Barnes, good for 18. Our 1st and goal here. We're actually going to swing this one out to Franklin Polanco. He's going to get out at about the 2-yard line here. 2nd down and goal. Giroux dropping back, fires it. Oh, into the back of the end zone. Todd Barnes, nice touchdown, baby. Ooh, 3-yard touchdown catch. That's a nice catch, man. It's a good throw. Very good throw. Had a little loft onto it. Put it where it had to be. It couldn't have been any higher. Couldn't have been any lower. Would have been in the hands of a Toledo Rocket defender. But Toledo will score another touchdown here, tying this baby up. Now 1st down and 10. Here comes Tomlinson, cutting this thing to the left, cutting it back up the middle. Touchdown, Billy Tomlinson. Good for 33 yards, and ULM will take the lead back. 21-14. What a run that was. So 1st down and goal, Toledo. Here comes Washington. Oh, the fumble caused by Merville, but Doug Frank is going to pick it up. That sucks, because that really would have turned the tide of this ball game, especially in an and goal situation. Washington to the end zone. That is Eddie Fritz for another touchdown. Toledo ties it back up here. Washington, 2 touchdowns on the game. Now take a look at this guy. What are you doing? I see you. Giroux. We're calling in the play here. Giroux options out, audibles out, and then fires up a bomb here to Franklin Polanco. Man, this connection between Polanco and Giroux has been really special. But really, on the other side, this cornerback has to cover so much ground. He even got bit by the route. Not so much the fake, but the route. He had to cover basically 2 routes there. Very tough assignment, and Giroux picked him apart here. Now, look at this. Pierce Hawthorne, the freshman linebacker, coming up big time with an INT, and that means we can really put this thing out of reach right now. Up by 7, let's make this thing up by 14. How about we do that? 1:44 after that catch, and then Billy Tomlinson puts the cherry on top of that drive thanks to the INT by Pierce Hawthorne. Beautiful, beautiful job. 35-21. Here comes a throw deep out to the right side. That is Tim Noel with the INT. So back-to-back turnovers here for the Rockets. A good move, spin move too. 2 turnovers now for Washington. 2 picks. And now with 31 seconds, another play action. Giroux scanning the field, fired it up deep, looking for Barnes. What a catch! What a catch down here at about the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal. We're going to fire this back to Barnes. He's going to get a touchdown. And now ULM has officially walloped Toledo, guys. 42-21 as we go into halftime. Then we're going to lay it on him again. Another touchdown with a toss play. It is 49-21. We're up by 3 touchdowns. And in the 4th quarter, guys, we're going to go with the backups. Yeah, that's Corey Joseph checking in, the sophomore quarterback. He's moving the chains now. We're looking to just kill some clock, get him some work in here, get him a little showcase as well, because, he looks like he's going to be probably the backup even in his senior season, because we do have some really nice freshman quarterbacks coming in that are on the roster right now, but like Cash Kawale. It seems pretty good. We've also got a couple other quarterbacks that are being recruited as well. So Corey Joseph is putting on a show here in bowl game action simply because he wants to get drafted too. He's going to be inside the Saints franchise as well, but we got to get him some work in here. But look at this, just busting off a bunch of tackles. He did it on the run previously to this touchdown, and then being able to dive into the end zone. He's showcasing some athleticism. He's at least making a case to be the starting quarterback after Ferdinand Giroux is gone. But again, he seems like he's coming back. I would highly suggest that Ferdinand Giroux goes pro. I would do that just for the good of the program. We've got to get these guys developed here, and Giroux is good enough to be a professional quarterback. The guy went 20 of 24 today, 4 touchdowns, had a really good completion percentage, and he does it all. I mean, I think what's happening here in Giroux's mind is he wants to make it, he wants to win another championship. There's no way that we're going to be competing for a national championship by any stretch of the imagination here, but being able to like beat some ranked opponents out of conference with more regularity, I think that's what he wants, maybe to showcase some of his skills against those types of guys. Maybe he wants to win the Heisman. That's really going to be saved for teams that are ranked. It's going to be saved for teams that are inside conversation here for big-time bowl games. That doesn't seem to be what's happening here in our conference. Cajun 6 just seems to be not quite there yet on the national scale. So if I were you, Ferdinand Giroux, I would probably go pro. That's just me. And maybe it just gives another person a shot. It gives another quarterback, a custom quarterback, a chance to play. So guys, let's get on out here to the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl with UTEP and Louisiana squaring off. Mark Morris here with a touchdown. Number 25 rated UTEP. Can you believe that? They played against us in the Cajun Lone Star Classic games that I think like week 1 or week 2. We usually like to stick those games into week 1, week 2 as out-of-conference opponents. But it's kind of crazy to see that they're ranked right now. So they must have had a really good season. Defense looks legit. It's 7-3 right now as Sandage and the boys can't really move the ball on them. They're getting some field goals, but field goals do not win you football games. So defensively, Louisiana gets a stop here. Nick Pearson going to get a TFL there. So 4th down and 3. Field goal is up and good. So they at least stop UTEP from getting a touchdown there. If they had done that, I think this game might be on some thin ice there for Louisiana. But a fumble by Sandage. Kurt Higdon's going to pick it up, and that's going to do it here for the second quarter. So as we go into the second half, still a 10-6 game. Just had an absolute barn burner, guys. 3rd and 8 turns to 4th and 5. UTEP will kick a field goal, and it'll be good. All right, so this guy's just been money. 13-6, down by 7. Louisiana's got a good offense. I think that they can do it. Here's some nice moves by Kurt Higdon on the screen pass. Going to get past the 30-yard marker. Good for a 25-yard gain. 1st and 10. Sandage fires up the middle. Pass completed to Oliver Cloutier. He's related to their kicker. I don't know the relation, but they are related. 1st and 10, good for 11. Henry Mitchell with the catch. 1st and goal. Here's Higdon getting a nice chunk of change right there. 3rd down and goal, though, and then we're going to get a stop. Jake Logan's going to go down for a 1-yard loss, and they will have to kick the field goal. There's Cloutier right there for the field goal, and it's 13-9. So 4th quarter, about 7 minutes to go. Here's a pass completed up the middle, good for 17 to Jess Moore. Got a 2nd and goal situation. Everybody was flooding up the middle in the backfield. Nobody covered the outsides, and the toss is going to get UTEP a touchdown. So 20-9, 2nd and 9 situation. Sanders is going to go down. It's 3rd and 16. What's the play call here? Pump fake. Sandage, little flip over to the right. Almost picked off. 4th and 16, they will punt the football away, and this one, guys, looks over. Touchdown, UTEP. Jess Moore getting a touchdown, and Mark Morris only missed 1 pass today. 18 of 19 on his box score tonight. UTEP shuts down Louisiana. That one was unfortunate because I really thought the Raging Cajuns were going to get it done. Louisiana has really good offense. We're going to look at some statistics here at the very end of the video. You'll see it live. You'll see it in full force, but Sandage was just not very good. 9 of 18 today. So UTEP's defense, like, are they on the come up? They're rated number 25. They're ranked number 25 in the country. Are they on the come up? That's the question that we're going to have to ask as we go into the next season. Or was this their capstone? You know, is this it? Is this their cap? Are they going to have a fall off next year? Find out. But only 106 yards passing for a team that loves to throw. So they completely shut them down. Sucks for Elliott Sandage, but I think he's going to do all right. I don't think the pros are going to knock the bowl game, but a lot of maybe the pundits will. Not so much the pros. The pro scouts like Sandage. All right, guys, let's get out here to the LA Bowl. Not Jimmy Kimmel Bowl. No, that's stupid. LA Bowl here at SoFi Stadium. I don't know how the guys that modded this game got SoFi Stadium to look like it did, but man, that's awesome. They created this stadium to look, I mean, this is sweet looking. I don't know what they did, but, you know, hats off to you guys. But Jose Cheltenham with a nice touchdown throw here to Johnson. Then we've got a touchdown here to Ira Sanders. Nice catch there. Good throw from Caleb Hicks. Now, guys, don't mind the end zone for Grambling State here on the left-hand side, okay? App State, you can understand, you can see which team I took to replace for Grambling State is Appalachian State. So, you know, don't mind me here. With the bowl game stuff, there's a file, there's a location that the bowl game end zones are located. I just forgot to replace it. And Grambling State hadn't really been in any bowl game action, so we didn't really have a need to show that or fix that. But App State, you can see it all over, but they just got the team wrong, okay? It's an embarrassment for the LA Bowl. So blame the interns that had to do that. Blame the interns. Don't blame GG9. You can blame me in the comment section. It's fine. First down and goal here. Jelani Jenkins. Already got a touchdown here earlier in the game. He's got another one. Sweet. So 2 touchdowns there for Jenkins. 1 touchdown there for Jose Cheltenham with the throw there. First one to open up the scoring here to Johnson. But San Jose State going to miss here. Peter Zander with the coverage. Hicks 9 of 14 for the 2 scores. He's looking for another one here to tie this thing up. 3rd down and 7. Pass to the right side, and they're short. They'll have to kick field goal. Good stop by the Tigers right there. So field goal is up and good. It is 21-17. So 49 seconds left. Up past the 50. Here's a deep bomb to the right. That pass is caught. Greg Johnson again. Cheltenham's got such a big arm, dude. Then look at this. He's going to bust off the first couple of sack attempts, but he's going to go down on this one. Grambling State will have to kick a field goal, so they'll at least get the field goal back, right? No, they missed. Wow, they're going to end the first half on a miss. So a little bit of a sour note right there. One thing you can't do in that situation is take a sack, and that's what Cheltenham did, although I don't blame him. He actually broke the first 2 sack attempts. Just couldn't last on the 3rd one. But Michael Williams, look at that run. 32 yards, and San Jose State will take the lead. So right now, the Cajun 6 Conference is 1-1 in bowl game action. If Grambling State loses, we're on track to go negative here in bowl game season. That would not be good for the conference. So we need Grambling State to beat San Jose State. Are they going to do it? Not looking too good right now, guys. 4th quarter, down by 3 with 7 minutes. Hicks is just running all over him. He's passing all over him, too. But we do get a nice play there by Dylan Ozenbaugh. Nice. 2 tackles for losses, 11 tackles for this man. He looks like he's going to be a really nice linebacker. Good pro as well. So 3rd down and goal. Touchdown. San Jose State. Wow. They shut him down until the second half. And on that drive specifically, they shut them down until 3rd and goal. Wow. Just very, very tough situation now for Grambling State. So Mike Cash, good for 16. But the Tigers aren't dead quite yet. Wendell Hamilton, good for 4 yards on the rush. They will get a bunch of good blocking in the 2nd level. Yeah, I'm going to call it the 2nd level. They were like halfway past the end zone in their blocking. Awesome job right there. So another touchdown for Jenkins. And then on 2nd and 9, San Jose State will throw it away. All right, so 3rd and 9 situation. Grambling State, what's the call here? Let's play some good defense. Let's swarm to the football. They'll stop Michael Williams on the draw. You know, an interesting decision there by San Jose State to just run the ball, burn one of Grambling State's timeouts. Shamrock with a 19-yard catch. 1st and 10. Oh, look at Cheltenham. Bust off the tackle. He's going to find Albert Cox for the 12-yard catch. Man, Cheltenham just been busting off a bunch of sack attempts here in this game. His escapability is showing here. 1st and 10 with 1:10. Cheltenham, little floater with the catch. They're moving. They're marching, guys. Albert Cox for 16. 3rd down and 10. They need a touchdown here, but Cheltenham's going to take off on his own. He's going to get 5. It's a 4th and 4 situation. You have to kick the field goal here. Like, there's no question about it. Just play for overtime, and that's exactly what they will do, guys. Grambling State ties this thing up, and we're going to overtime in the LA Bowl. What a drive. What a drive. And there's the App State. God, that's bothering me. But what a drive there by Jose Cheltenham. Really proving to NFL scouts like he's got ice in his veins. It's exactly what you want in your quarterback in those clutch situations. But Diggs is going to catch a touchdown here. San Jose State up by a touchdown. So 3rd down and 3, and they're going to be short here. Jenkins has been relied on a lot today. 26 rushes for over 100. But now on 4th down and 1, they're going to throw this thing, and pressure on Cheltenham is able to find Waldo Dante for the 8-yard catch. So 1st down and goal. Cheltenham fires to the end zone. There's Shamrock for the touchdown. They tie this thing up with the extra point. Grambling State will get the football on the next OT period. So overtime number 2. Here we go. Pass to the end zone. Almost intercepted. That would have been disastrous. All San Jose State would have to do at that point would be kick a field goal and win the bowl game. Jenkins to the right. Not going anywhere. He's going to go backwards. 3rd and 11 situation now. 5 wide. Nobody back there to protect Cheltenham. He's going to fire this thing quickly out to the right to the sideline. Incomplete. They will have to settle for the field goal. It's not a chip shot by any means for this kicker, but he will drill it. It's 41-38. And now for San Jose State. You need at least a field goal to keep this thing going. Touchdown obviously wins it. And Andy Diggs after this catch, not looking good here for our Tigers. 1st and goal. 7-step drop. Hicks gonna go down. It's a fumble. He fumbled the football. Oh no. Hicks fumbles the football after a big hit by Prince Smith. Here he comes right past the right tackle. Then boom, he laid the boomstick on him. Smacked the football out of his hand. Oh, man, Grambling State is going to win the LA Bowl. Wow. What a turn of events that was. They were looking death right in the face. Grambling State was looking at a loss. They were staring it down. Wow, San Jose State had just got that big gain from Diggs. It looked over. And then Prince Smith comes up huge with a big hit, forced fumble, and that's it. That's the end of the game. Grambling State, wow, gets a bowl victory, and it was a pretty darn good bowl game, man. LA Bowl, that's a pretty big audience right there that you just showed out in front of at SoFi Stadium. Wow. That's going to be huge for this program. Absolutely huge for this program. So I couldn't be more happy for those guys, those Pixel people out there. But what a performance there by Prince Smith, Ozenbaugh, the 2 big-time linebackers for Grambling State. What a performance by Jose Cheltenham as well. The tight ends, Albert Cox and Waldo Dante, had some pretty good games as well. And don't forget about Jelani Jenkins and Wendell Hamilton. So this team has got some pretty darn good players, good custom players that had helped them and contributed to that bowl game victory. But let's get on out here to the Bowling Green and La Tech game here in the Verbo Citrus Bowl. Skip Branson kind of struggling here early in this game. What an interesting storyline here for Louisiana Tech. They started off very highly ranked. They started off as a very formidable opponent. And then for whatever reason, they've just fallen completely off. Skip Branson seems to be struggling right now. They played really well against some ranked opponents this season as well. But ever since then, I don't know if it took the wind out of their sails or something. But against Bowling Green, they're losing right now here late in the 2nd quarter. And this kicker looks like he could be a problem. He's gonna bang this one through. I mean, that's like a 50-yard field goal at that point. Look at this. Just barely sneaks it through, but he's already got 2 field goals for Bowling Green, and they're up 13-3. That's a touchdown that they absolutely needed to get back into the game. It's now 13-10. So Branson, 5 of 9, has seemed a little shaky in the last couple weeks, so that was good to kind of knock the rust off here. But a really great throw there by Doug Smith, my namesake right there, not the last name. Dougie Doo with a nice pass. Here's a touchdown for CJ Coles, and now Bowling Green has got the touchdown back that LA Tech just got. I've never said LA Tech. Why did I say it now? La Tech. Louisiana Tech. I've never said LA Tech. What the hell is that? Michael Fries with a TFL, 4th and 6. Look at this kicker. This guy's ridiculous. I mean, it's guaranteed points like 50 yards and in. It's nuts. Bowling Green up by 13. Deshaun King is going to be short, and La Tech will have to kick a field goal. They're going to try out their kicker's leg. That's going to be short. I'm sorry, you don't have Bowling Green's kicker, guys. He's Justin Tucker, okay? Look at on the other side, in the third quarter. Look at this dude. He is perfect. 26-10. If Bowling Green didn't have this dude, it would be a lot closer of a game. La Tech's down by 16. That pass is picked off, but it was out of bounds. La Tech's running out of downs. They're running out of time as well. 3rd and 11 here for Bowling Green. Little screenplay. Gotta stop him. Gotta stop him. Don't let them get a touchdown. Then it's really dead. Then it's really over. They'll be short. Kicker comes out. Hits another field goal. 29-10. Down by 19. Basically, La Tech needs 3 scores in 3 minutes. That one's going to help. James Francis with a 32-yard touchdown. They'll kick the extra point. Down by 12. So, okay, you need 2 touchdowns. Look at the cornerback blitz right there. I like the aggressiveness. Okay, good job, guys. So they will call a timeout here. They'll get the ball back. 2nd down and 10. That one, arm got hit as he was throwing. So that's unfortunate luck there for Skip Branson, but he does come back slinging it. They'll get to the 50 with a James Francis catch. Good for 21. 3rd down and 3. Minute and 20 left. Little flip out here to the center of the field. That's Michael Jones bringing it out to the left sideline. 1st and 10. Minute 15. Another little flip to the right. That's Michael Jones with a catch. Come on, Skip. Here we go. 3rd down and goal. Pass incomplete. Quentin Edwards with the deflection. So 4th and goal. 43 seconds. This is the game for La Tech. This is it. Branson fires to the end zone. Touchdown. Kevin Hardy. Is La Tech coming back? Are they going to actually do it here, guys? They've got 1 timeout. You get the onside kick. You could win this thing. Get a fumble. Nope. Not going to happen. Oh, man. That stinks. That stinks for La Tech. LA Tech. That stinks for the Bulldogs. Man, to lose to Bowling Green, dude. Like, I mean, come on. That's not, no slight, you know, no bad talking to Bowling Green, but in real life here. But, guys, like, Bowling Green in this game, okay, they're not that good. They're not that good. They weren't that good this season. There's a reason why I think they were like 6-6 or something. La Tech, given the competition level, given their quarterback, should have been able to handle this. Like, their running game didn't do anything either. La Tech is known for their running game. They love to utilize the option. They love to get Damian Pruder going too. Their defense is pretty solid. They've played well against other Cajun 6 teams. They've played against Clemson really well. And today they only had 52 yards rushing. No turnovers either. But guys, like, it just wasn't that inspiring of a performance. They just didn't do well. So, you know what? Cajun 6 goes 2-2 in bowl season. ULM will get a victory. Grambling State will get a victory. Louisiana and Louisiana Tech will get a loss. So, unfortunately, we did not go positive in bowl season. But let's get on out here to the playoff matchups. So, you guys told me that you would rather have Army get kicked out for Penn State. So, they're rated actually the number 4 team to get in. They faced off against the number 1 seed against Cal, even though they're number 2. They're actually the number 1 seed. North Carolina is rated number 1. So you get it here. you understand what's happening. So Penn State was number 4 against Cal. So Penn State upsets these guys. And if you've been following the series, if you're kind of following along now, you've known that Cal has been pretty good in this dynasty. Of course, we have drafted their quarterback, Stephen Flynn, who was a national champion winner. So Cal won the Natty last season. So now getting knocked off by a team like Penn State, a team that wasn't originally in this playoff, but you guys voted to have them in. they get a victory here. So kind of weird how that all works out. But North Carolina will be taking on Georgia. Number 4 UNC, number 3 Georgia. So you can see who the number 1 team was, right? It was Army, but we basically pushed everybody up a slot. So now it's Georgia UNC, and UNC will get a nice W here over Georgia. And as we take a look at the box score, take a look at here at the game summary, take a look at the time on the clock that was left when UNC scored that touchdown. 23 seconds. It was 42-42, and then Sears comes through with a touchdown. And look at the other side. 1:34 was left when they scored the first touchdown. So these guys were down by 7 at one point. So pretty crazy comeback there for the Tar Heels over Georgia. SEC goes down to ACC. Look at that. Good defensive performance, though, from both sides, I'd say. Yeah, a lot of points being scored, but we did have some TFLs, had some sacks in there. So you got to give credit where credit's due. Of course, anytime that defense is touted in the playoff or in the Natty, it usually goes the other way, right? Usually there's a lot of offense in the college game when you get that high up there. So a lot of really good athletes. But had an INT there for UNC as well. Again, defense played admirably given the circumstances. But there's your national championship. You got Penn State against North Carolina. Very, very strange one, but better than Ohio State being in it. You know, Ohio State, Miami, you guys can see yourselves out the door here. Got some good talent. Right tackle Dan Wade, All-American. First team All-American for North Carolina. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that guy. We've got Ryan Ramczyk. He's getting old for the Saints. I'm looking at right tackle. Would definitely be included in our draft class. Plus the Heisman finalist there, Bradley, the running back for Penn State. And Penn State will end up winning the national championship. Look at that. Despite UNC scoring 15 points in the fourth quarter, UNC was able to tack on the three-pointer to win by 6. So 35-29 is your final score. Pretty crazy, man. Like, you guys voted that Penn State get into the college football playoff here. They weren't even included. Granted, Army being number 1, again, we just bumped everybody up a notch. Penn State was going to come in anyway as Big Ten champions. But UNC, probably the favorite. I would have thought that they would have been the favorite here, but going down to Penn State. Penn State, I didn't show this to you guys, but they have a lot of second-team All-Americans across the All-NCAA team on the defensive side. So very, very loaded. In that respect, UNC, pretty loaded on the offensive side. Got good tackles. They've got good running backs. They have a really good quarterback as well, but it just wasn't quite enough to win the national championship. So let's take a look at the record holders. Very, very quick rundown here. A lot of quarterback play across the Cajun 6. That's very high level. Of course, as you guys know, these are all custom players. Kind of goes without saying, customs are usually overpowered. But got a lot of guys that are setting records for these schools. You got Trace Caballero, a tight end for Louisiana, setting some records there. Billy Tomlinson, Ferdinand Giroux. Good production this season. A lot of season record holders plus career record holders as well there for Ferdinand Giroux. And I think that he needs to go pro. I think he's out this year. I think it has to happen. Got to give some guys, some other guys a chance. So as far as Louisiana Tech goes, season review here as we're looking at their statistics, just kind of a down year. You know, they didn't really perform to the level that I think that they probably should have. They have a decent roster. Now, when you're playing against a lot of these Cajun 6 schools, you should have won more games than you did. And given the fact that they overperformed against teams like Clemson in their regular season, they really tried their hand at trying to beat some of the high-end ranked teams, and they held their own. So I would have expected a lot more bigger things from La Tech, but it just didn't happen. Now for Grambling State, very good season there for Jose Cheltenham. Very good season for Jelani Jenkins, 1,000-yard rusher. Got a lot of touchdowns to mix in there too. Greg Johnson with 12. So receiving, running, quarterback play, good defense. They had it all working for them, and that was a 9-win season for Grambling this season. So I'm impressed by them. I think that going forward, they do have some holdovers Some holdover talent there. So Prince Smith, a little spoiler, he's not declaring for the NFL draft. So he's not going to the Saints franchise. But I think they would probably be a formidable team going into season number 5. Now, Elliott Sandage, again, I've talked about him at length, but this season was kind of a revelation for him. 859 rushing yards, double digits in touchdowns, single digits in picks, over 40 touchdowns through the air. He had himself a Heisman caliber season, but he wasn't even recognized on the list. Again, I think that just goes back to you gotta be ranked, you gotta be playing in a Power 5 conference. You can't be playing in the Cajun 6. You don't get a lot of love. We saw that with Darnell Bourgeois from Southern in season number 1. Had posted a bunch of ridiculous numbers, but he just was not included in the Heisman race. So for Louisiana, losing a quarterback like that is definitely going to hurt them. Luckily, though, as we'll talk about in the next video, they do have a quarterback behind him. I believe his name is Clint Brown. He's going to be pretty good. He was actually the guy that supplanted Sandage a season ago. Sandage won the job back, and the rest is history. Now for Southern, they've got some good pieces. They've got guys like Maverick Bourgeois. They've got Marquise Hendricks at quarterback. The other positions, like the important ones, defensive line, offensive line, these are areas that I think they really need to focus on. They had a lot of tackles for losses, had a lot of sacks this season. So they've got players there. They just need to put it all together and have each group complement each other. Because right now they're kind of a mess as far as their team structure is concerned. So got to get back to the drawing board in recruiting, and they got to actually perform on the field. Now for Tulane, this is a different story here for Tulane. They had a chance with this roster construction to do something special. They did it last year with Jake Matt. Philip Maynard, and then Jake Matt 2 seasons ago. They've still got some holdovers from those teams, but now the freshman quarterback, Duke DeClerc, he actually played pretty well for a freshman, but again, the experience just wasn't enough to get him over the top, and it showed in their record this season. Now, losing a lot of talent in the receiving core, that's going to hurt them. That's going to hurt Duke DeClerc as well for next year. I think it's going to be a rebuilding type of season for Tulane. Now let's talk about ULM. 48 touchdowns and 4 picks for Ferdinand Giroux. You got to go pro, man. Like, his numbers are crazy. He's been doing it since his freshman season. Like, it's time. Giroux needs to go bye-bye. Billy Tomlinson now going to be a senior next year, I believe. I don't know if they've... so Trevon Vaden is a senior redshirt there, okay. So Tomlinson's going to be a senior next season. I think that he's probably going to be sticking around. Polanco will be a junior at that point, had over 1,000 yards receiving. He was actually a receiving leader. Trevon Vaden, 11 touchdowns, Polanco with 9. So both those guys really contributed to Ferdinand Giroux's success. But, again, you go into that topic, like which one came first, the chicken or the egg? That's that whole argument there, who makes who. But, if you lose Giroux, you've got some good quarterbacks coming up behind him. I think that Franklin Polanco and our receiving core will be just fine. But now, one thing that I missed, guys, was the interceptions when I was looking at the defensive side. So we're going to scroll here. We're going to take a look. Bill Stevens, 3 picks there for Tulane. And we've got Drew Smith. There's Jackson Klink there. Got 2 picks. Now for La Tech, we got Miles. He's probably going to be going pro here. 2 picks. Michael Fries with a pick himself. Louisiana, we'll scroll back here. So basically, for ULM, I think we've got a lot going on with our team. A lot of positive things that are happening here. A lot of players coming in, being infused in that defense. I think that we're going to take the next step next season. But I think the big hit for us is the offense. As you guys can see, like, what we're losing here. We're losing Trevon Vaden. We're losing a right tackle. That's an 85. We're losing T.O. Gardner. We're losing Hathaway, the left tackle. So we've got players that really contributed this season that we're going to be losing. I'm hoping that whoever comes in, if Giroux leaves, whoever comes in at quarterback, either that's Cash Katwale or Corey Joseph, we're probably going to be running the football a little bit more, leaning on Billy Tomlinson. Basically, he would be the star of our offense. Mix in Lucas Bannerman Jr. at tight end. Mix in Franklin Polanco. Mix in Day Dawson. So, again, we've got players on that side of the football, but I'm really anticipating the defense to take that next step in year number 5. So, guys, that's it for this video. Be sure to be looking out for the offseason video here happening in just a couple of days. We're going to get the Saints playoff run. I'm not going to tell you how far that we get. We could be losing in the first round. We could go all the way to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to tell you, but it's all going to be thrown into one video. And then after that, then pretty much it's off season for Saints. Then it's draft. So I've got a couple of days here to get a lot of these players, these custom guys, into the draft class, plus the CPU generated guys like Bradley, that running back from Penn State, or that right tackle from North Carolina. So that's what's on tap here for this series. So there's still a lot of housework stuff to be done, but make sure you guys are tuning back in here for the offseason for Cajun 6 and offseason and playoff run for New Orleans Saints. That's all going to be happening here in the next couple of days. So guys, if you like this thing, I'll see you in the next one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.